Stop smoking, no cooking, the hot bar. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot.
This year it's been a tremendous year for Rap Snacks and everybody involved. I want you guys to give yourself a hand. Come on now, you got to give yourself a better hand than that. So we kind of welcome y'all today to Rap Snacks 2023 Disrupt panel. And I'm gonna tell you guys are here. Y'all are looking at these entrepreneurs / artists, but most importantly, they're good people, man. They came out here to really share their time with y'all, share, their experiences, and you guys can ask them any questions, that you guys want, right? And just keep it, relatively short. And
Guys doing today? Rap Snacks 23. We come to disrupt. You know the vibes is high. First, I want to start by congratulating our CEO, my brother James Lindsay. Yeah, give it up. You know, he with also want to be clear with this though. I want these guys to know how important every single person in this come out on any given day and see 40,000 people. Confusing when you come out and see 30. But these 30 is the most important people for their mailbox, for their money, their generational wealth, those products, right? And I think we got to strike when the iron's hot. So I just wanted to summarize kind of where we're going with it, and then I want to just start by speaking with these gentlemen. P, I think I struck you a little bit. Let's talk. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. You know, it's a blessing to be able to be here and to see everybody that's a part of this. So, you know, back in the day, me and James go back a long way with this too, but a lot of people really didn't believe in this. And like I told James, it's like, you know, James the guy that do come up with the flavors and everything. I've always been a marketing guy. So when nobody believed, and look how far we have come, and be able to see brothers around here that believe, that get out like their own hustle. These are all entrepreneurs. And so even with me and Ethan, you know, we started in the Bay together. And so to look at that, we are constantly creating products, we're constantly growing, we're constantly developing, our mindset changing. When you look at our culture, even the years of hip hop, we are dying young. And so today gonna be about educating, growing, and you know, to be able to be here with my son and showing we definitely are educating.
Give it up.
This is family business, and we're gonna keep growing, and we're gonna keep loving each other, and we're gonna show the world how with us putting Lord first, and like my church said, I'm not self-made, I'm growing.
Yes, Lord.
And that's what this is about today, us growing. So we growing as a family, we growing and we growing as rap snacks.
100%. I think James.
Okay.
100%. Right. So first, you know, I know into some of those conversations great. I want to start just on some products. I want to talk to you guys about where you stand and what's something true to each one of you guys, right? Just to kind of give James and the distributors an insight as to what you guys like. Babe, and I think sunflower seeds is a good thing, right? You ever try sunflower? You go rent sunflower seed and go.
Come on, bro, what are you doing, man? I know you got ideas, bro. Let's stay on this right now.
Oh, you're right. Babe, what's something true? A snack give James and it's not candy, more like a chip. An insight as to what you guys like, babe. And I think sunflower seeds is a good thing, right? You ever try sunflower? You go rent sunflower seed and go.
Come on, bro, what are you doing?
Romeo Miller, rap snacks, Migos, different people like that, but it's like, it's a real blessing right now to be part of it, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like just even having onion rings, you know what I'm saying? Hot popcorn, dill pickles, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to eat it with a sub sandwich or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just a blessing.
100%. Romeo, what about you? What's something that's true to you, either flavor, you know, something that you really enjoyed before you even got into this, or now that you got into it? What's something good?
First off, how y'all doing out there? Y'all making enough noise. gotta give our appreciation and gratitude to people out there. Because what I learned, and not to get off topic, but being so young in this industry, we always give to the masses. And what I knew growing up is about the people in front of me. You know, it's about those 30 people in the room, not the 40,000. So I just want to give a round of applause to y'all, because that's why we're here.
I know you've been, you know, on your journey. I want to salute you. And we having conversation. This ain't really topics. This is really conversation, so these people can get to know us, get to know what you stand for. So that's what this is about. James, you got anything?
My flavor though. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on now, man.
You right.
I'm just saying.
You right.
I think James, even though he like the Willy Wonka of all of this, where's the peanut butter, James? That's what I'm saying. Come on, I'm just saying. We need some Rap Snacks peanut butter something. That was always one of
the crackers, bro.
Yeah. But I love just barbecuing with my honey, you know. That's what it always been. I love barbecue, I love honey.
Hey, you know what? Rap Snacks is like a party in the bag, right? So every time we think about that, and I think about that, you think about when you open up Rap Snacks and you taste the flavors, you know, outside of the packaging of the artist. You know, for my first concept in developing Rap Snacks is that how do I get people to open the bag? I got to get people to open the bag because I got to attract them to something they're attracted to, right? In addition to that, how do I keep that consumer coming back? And the only way you're going to facilitate that repeat business is making sure that your product is not only good, but it's better than everybody else out in the marketplace. And I think Rap Snacks is definitely a prime example of that.
100%. P, same question to you. Something true to you that either you have already out there or maybe that you grew up on that you don't see?
Well, I mean, I like when James first started mixing up the different chips and different things to get the flavor. And so I just think as a kid, we look at all these major companies, whether it was Lay's or whatever. Think about it, right? We never thought that we could own something like that. So my whole thing has been in ownership, doing it ourselves, even though the road might be hard, because with Rap Snacks, you know, like any other business, when the Migos got on the bag, it just made people look, but the flavor was already there. The flavor was there. When 2017 came, that flavor was there. We had the flavor.
Absolutely.
And so the thing is, I don't care what's on the bag now, the flavor in that, that's what's gonna keep the people coming. So having great tasting product and being able to market it the same way these major companies are marketing their products is what's gonna change the game. Yes. And also, I like what you're saying, being able to touch the people. Me and James been doing this for 20-some years, going out, touching the people. And going into these stores, you've seen us actually coming into these stores, coming into these places, believing in this. So being able to have this and have the artist show the same love that they would show on one of these other bags. And so think about that. That's the most important thing, because without that consistency, we can't keep growing. And we have that room to grow. So my thing is that keeping that hustle out there and keep grinding.
For sure.
I'm gonna jump in real quick too on what he said. You know, if you notice that any campaign that our competitors have used out there, they're gonna use you in an ad, but they're not gonna give you no split on your profits, right? So in essence, they just, you know, they're monetizing your brand instead of you monetizing your brand. So, you know, in 2023, what are we saying? Disrupt. We want to change all that.
100%. And being disruptive is what you've been able to do with Rap Snacks. I want to anchor that question to you too, E40. What do you see in the market, in Rap Snacks stores or catalogs that you enjoy, or something that you don't see that you would like to see?
I grew up on, of course, we call them Zuzus and Wham Wham.
Yes, Lord.
That's jailhouse talk, just so you know. But that's chips and candy bars and, so on and so forth. Noodles, they make spreads out of noodles, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And, we all, the majority of us in the urban community grew up eating top on the noodles, Now we got Rap Snacks, P&M put me on one of the flavors, you know what I'm saying? So on the Icon one, that's a good one, right? That one, and you know, I grew up on turf burritos. Y'all know what turf burritos is? Turf burritos are the frozen burritos that, you understand me, that you get from like a 7-Eleven or one of your C-stores, you know what I'm saying? And you heat them up right then and there, throw some Doritos inside of it, you know what I mean? And, some mayonnaise, some ketchup, whatever, you know, so I ended up making my own. I go by the name of the goon with the spoon, you did. I'm verified and all that good stuff. So what we're doing is called, we locked in. We all, you know what I'm saying, me and P we go way back, like, you know what I'm saying, we go back like Angel Flights and Members Only jackets. You know what I'm saying? And James, you know, me and James, you know, when you're in the same category and everybody always, you know, we real men, we're going to give it up to each other. We're going to show love. We're going to combine, you know what I'm saying? So what we're doing, all of us, he got his thing, I got my thing, many of us got our own thing, but it's called co-packing. We're not just throwing our name on something that's already done. We're developing it from the front to the end, you know what I'm saying? Like, from start to finish, you know what I'm saying? It's called R&D, research and development. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I salute you, brother. You have built the empire, you too, all y'all. You know what I'm saying? We rappers, but we also businessmen. You know
100%. We definitely gonna be
that's what's happening.
I want to, Maryland. Okay, I want to make sure that I ask you that question as well. Something that you either see out there that you really enjoy, that you will double down on, or something that you don't see, maybe an idea for reps.
Yeah, sure. So James and I actually own Wifey Wine, so we've been targeting and taking over that market. So the wine industry is something that I'm hyper-focused on. And something that I've been dying to see is Rep Snacks hot sauce.
You already got the blend on it.
Let's James like, slow down. I want you to take a baby step, man.
Yeah, no, and you know, these ideas, James, you know, I heard yesterday you already got 60 things that's already, you know,
60 seasonings.
60 seasonings that's already prepared.
60 seasonings and 250 trademarks.
That speaks to your evaluation of the market and understanding of the market, and I want to salute you just for your approach. We don't approach many things with that level of intricacy, right? For you to have the ability to blend some of these things, and I was talking to your chef. I just want to salute you for being able to see what's happening out there and put that together. 100%. I want to also talk about economic empowerment. I know that hits for UP and the rest of us up here. We definitely want to focus on that. These distributors help us get to the economic empowerment, right? And so I always want us to know that it's important to maximize the relationship. When you're in a city, I believe that if you're in Houston and you got a distributor that's doing good in that market, I believe that before you hit that show, you got to get somebody getting a drink, show up to the store. You understand what I'm saying? And because they sending you money, right? Now, let's talk about James being a founder and the unique opportunity we have to speak with someone that's a founder of a company. I imagine all of you guys had to do something in rap, and when it was hard, it was dark, it was weary, it was blurry, you didn't know what was happening. You put all of that groundwork in. Right now, we have the opportunity to kind of bypass some of that groundwork with James already being in position. James is in position with a company that we can get with, integrate, and make sure that we have equity. Pete, let's build on that a little bit.
Well, I mean, that's how this relationship started with me and Jamie. Like, and I want to tell y'all, you know, how this happened. So, education is so important. James understood it from the factories, going into the factory. We started going in there together, and it's so important to build those relationships. And I think a lot of people don't understand that because, you know, like you said, dark times come. What happened when the product is not selling or nobody believes in it? So those days, because like we talked about this other day, right? Some days you might make millions of dollars. Next couple of years, you might make $500. Are you prepared to keep going? And so this is the same hustle, like me and E40 said, we took on the streets. We taking this, creating products. We talk about economic empowerment. We talking about putting money back into our communities and our culture and doing it as black owners, but having a product and a brand that can sell to everybody. We sell to whites, blacks, Asians, Latinos. This is for everybody. When people say you put people on the bag, nobody's gonna buy it, nobody want that. That's what we're talking about, disrupting, changing the game. And look how we are growing. I mean, the things that we are doing now, it's unbelievable because, like James said, now you got ladies with all these different companies, they're trying to figure out what we're doing.
Right.
Think about it. But that's because knowing that when you put the work in, and I tell you all the time, consistency, making sure you got the right flavor. Because James sitting in the office, I'm telling y'all don't see the behind the scenes. Sometimes it drives me crazy. I'm like, man, I ain't like, we're gonna put the chips out or what? What we doing? No, this one don't taste good. We gotta add a little more. So money back, y'all don't see this. This man really coming up with, let's make sure these flavors right. And then we gotta go out there.
You only get one shot.
One shot. That's what he tell me.
One shot.
So you guys got to know we got to keep thinking outside of the box because even when you're looking at Fortune 500 companies, we only make up 1/10 of 1%. And so now we got opportunities to turn this into a Fortune 500 company. But we need the distributors, we need the people in the background, we need everybody because it's a team effort. And so the most important thing that you guys got to realize with this, if they can do it, we can do it. We got to stop thinking small. And so what you see here is big thinkers. People that's thinking outside the box.
And you know what, speaking of, ladies, and I was reading a book, man, and it talks about ignoring you is part of the strategy for people that's ahead of you.
Yeah.
So the minute that they acknowledge you, it lets you know that you're now in the building. And when you were talking yesterday about how you guys are fighting for that real estate inside of the stores, I think that is a clear acknowledgement from ladies that it's a new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, before you even jump to that, to piggyback off what my dad was saying, I think you gotta have the perfect team, right? Because you gotta be able to grow, you gotta be able to evolve, you gotta have somebody who's the hardest worker, but also good with the tech side. You gotta have a team. And I think what our people in our community and what James mastered is the numbers, right? Knowing that 44% of black business owners, they start a business with their own money. We're taught we gotta make the money to start a business, and all you need is credit, right? Only 1% obtain a business loan when you actually start a business. And what you know about that is if only 1% of black business owners are getting that business loan as they rise, they're not gonna be able to keep up. So if you want longevity, education is the key, and you gotta be willing to learn from the mistakes as well. I think that's what James capitalized on, even with Rap Snacks, right? You have to be able to stand out. I don't care how much money you have. If you can't stand out in business, you know, I'm young, but I've been in this business for 25 years, but it's not gonna matter if you can't stand out. Who's your demographic? You know, who are you talking to? Who are you trying to reach? Because you can't reach everyone at one time. And that's the beautiful and unique thing that Rap Snacks does.
And Rome, that's a perfect example too, because I was going to say earlier was, when COVID happened with Rap Snacks, everybody panicked because we didn't know what was going to happen, right? But you guys got to know when the market is the worst, right? Rap Snacks and snack foods becomes even better because we're affordable food. So when I started looking at the marketplace, and you know, Frito-Lay was having a lot of issues getting the product to the stores, right? So my whole concept was like, all right, here's the time. I'm gonna make this. You know, I had 100, you know, flavors waiting, right? I'm gonna hit them with 50 of them, right? And that's why you guys have all these flavors now. And what that did, it helped us. One, create trial, but number two, it helped us gain more space in the stores. And space in real estate translates into sales, and it translates into net profits. So, you know, and it was critical for us to put the product out there and get these new artists like Bags and these other guys, because, you know, again, I'm gonna tell you, I don't just put anybody on my back. I gotta be a fan of number one.
I tell my people call me all the time, man, P, get me on the bag. I said, James said, man, I talked to that dude already. I said, well, you know, I'm like, James, I think he hot. You know, the music, right? When we looking at product, I tell y'all, product outweighs talent. Yeah. These these artists don't realize that they're gonna cool off. That's what me and E40 know. We can't rap forever, even though we go out there and get us a check. We can still sell out arenas and stuff, but that ain't what it's about. We know they are building companies off of products. They've been doing this for years. And as an artist, when y'all get hot, you should want to be a part of this because of the foundation that has been built with this. And now, I mean, there's so many things that we have now, we can't even put the artists on the back. So they come in every day, huh, Jay?
Yeah, but Pete, what it does too, people don't realize you make a good living with us.
Yeah.
But also it extends your impressions out in the marketplace. Exactly. Right. So, when Bag's out there, he in the stores, and when Bag's ain't got no music, now he come out with that hot single.
Yeah.
Now he gonna hit him because, his face has still been out there, people still engaged with his brand. Now he's coming back with the music, right? So it all is the collective effort to really, this is the word in the culture, to keep you current, right? And so, Rap Snacks is one of those vehicles, and we don't talk about that a lot, but it really is.
I think we need to stay there just a second because that's extremely important, especially how diverse the panel is, right? We got P and 40, who's been around long enough to see the ins and the outs, watching come out in the rings, right? So they understand, and we got Bag at the peak right here. So I think we need to have a conversation about cooling off and what that looks like. Because in my opinion, the music business intentionally puts you in a tornado, right? So you cannot pay attention to your power. It's almost like they send 50 people at you. He's handling this, and so all day, right? And so all day you delegate. You don't have time to say, let me look over there with Rap Snacks, we can do with them. Yeah. Let me look over here. They keep you confused. We'll handle everything. You travel. Don't even look at it. Just keep your eyes off of everything, right? And so,
little Bag said he don't have no bag. You do all this stuff and stuff.
No, for sure.
Is that?
It just has been like that though. It just got like that though. I mean, like I say, like you get in this, like bro said, you get in this to do other things. When I first started rapping, it was like I wanted to make money. You know what I'm saying? I come from the struggle, so I wanted to make money and get out this situation. But as I got in the situation, it's like, all right, what else I want to do? You can't rap forever, like you said, bro. Yeah, so I get where you come from.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And I just want you to pay attention, right? The industry is a unique place, bro. Because again, Pete can tell you.
Man, y'all something, right? I don't rap for money. I don't do nothing for money. I used to. So think about it. You in the ghetto, you don't have nothing. First thing you do, you want to make it out. Now, as we get here, me and E40 know, we got to do what we love. We love doing this. James, we love, like, y'all don't get it. When Romeo say James the Willy Wonka, he the black Willy Wonka is because he in the office creating this because he loves doing it. Not how much money gonna come. We know what we gonna make down. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. The money gonna come when you do what you love and you passionate about it. To me, I feel like this is a purpose. Like, I'm like, nobody ain't doing this, they ain't in this lane. James, we always coming up with ideas. Even when people said, okay, we got potato chips. I started looking at, man, hold on, in jail, like E40 said, I'm sending money all the time. Man, send me some noodles. I started, man, we about to make some noodles. Think about it. We gonna make some noodles, and we created it. And that's what I'm saying, using those ideas, but we love it. It's like, man, when we giving our money to these people that they ain't doing, because think about it, we spend $1.8 trillion as black people. We ain't talking about no other people. That's what I'm saying. So imagine that we know that, now we producing stuff. So and people laugh at us, because even with James, I want to tell y'all, first thing people say, oh man, they got too much salt on the potato chips and this and that. Wait up. What other that as an excuse is a lot of self-hate. Even in the noodles, or they got too much salt. It's the same stuff all the other companies say. Give us an opportunity to get out there to get that shelving space and get in here, and then we can help the community, help the culture. Like you talk about economic empowerment, with us, the more we make, the more we give. And nobody is doing that. So think about it, we know what our people need. So the more successful we are, the more people we can help and feed, and the more families we can feed. So I just think that this a tree now. Planet. And like E40 said, we got other businesses because we was able to learn. If you look at Rap Snacks, it's a learning hub too. Exactly. James got other business, we got other business. I mean, me and Snoop just created cereal. So this ain't, we got love for each other. We don't stop. We like, these are all entrepreneurs up here. And so to be able to do this together, because think about it, y'all. We shoot up each other if we got something on the corner. But you look at all these stores, you go in Beverly Hills to all the same stores on the block. How come we can't all have product? Because me and James, our whole thing is, you know what? We just want to open up the doors to get other people with product that look like us and educate this generation. Yeah. We want to be that sponge for y'all.
And we want to become, we really want to be, producers rather than all the time being consumers.
Facts.
Right? So that's the point that we're trying to make, with our brand. Let's show people how to go in and make this product yourself.
Yes.
Right? If you go into any corner stores and, we have did a documentary on it, and we went out to Jackson, Mississippi, and out of 200 products in those stores, it was only one product that was produced and owned by an Afro-American person.
Wow.
So that's and we say this is deeper than rap snacks,
Yes.
deeper than rap snacks, because what happens is that's the same issue that you have with all the young guys out there being able to they got to go and go to the street first before somebody can really teach them how to make real money, legitimate money.
Yeah.
Because nothing's coming back into our communities. Everything is overly extracted, right? So if that's coming up, and anybody that's coming up, they're like,
I'm just coming up.
Where's the money at?
I'm just coming up. Bag, I'm just coming up, bro. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just coming up. Take
Yes, I think to piggyback too, because me being a second generation, like you said, everybody up here is in a unique position, right? You got the ones who started, you got the ones who's in the peak, you got the ones who keeping things going. That's a team. But one thing I realized, how many of y'all know who Dr. Miles Monroe is? The late great Dr. Miles Monroe. Nobody? Oh, okay. He's one of the greatest pastors. I advise y'all to Google him, but he said, with great wealth comes great attention. And that's what you learn as a second generation, where the first generation have to learn on the go, like money. You're the first one, so you're gonna learn a lot on the go, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of mistakes. But if you have somebody that's watching, you're able to see, okay, when you get wealth, whether you like it or not, you're going to inspire. And what I love about Rap Snacks is, in the middle, in between there, the wealth and the money doesn't matter if you know why you're doing it. You have to want the money, you have to want the success to make a difference. And that's the underlining of Rap Snacks. We're educating our people. This is a whole system itself.
Right, and you know what, to piggyback on that, I believe that, and I want to go back to understand, you saying second generation. I believe you can be second generation without being family. So even like Bag, I believe he's second generation under Gotti, right? To watch Gotti do that, I don't have to be family. Your technique, the way you approach it, I'm watching. Right, so he's second generation. So even
like him,
exactly.
This man got a lot of knowledge.
That's what I'm saying, right? So I just want to point out, even for the youngsters, looking like, your daddy don't have, you can watch P and get it. You can watch Bag and get it. You can watch 40, James and get it. You can watch us and get it. You don't necessarily have to come up under the people who gave it to you or was in your household.
It's called a student of the game.
Yes, Lord. You know something.
Yes,
so I want to speak.
You always got to stay a student, no matter how big you get, where you at in life. You got to stay a student for sure.
100%, man. And I
You
think.
know,
Go ahead.
I want to chime in right quick. Yes, sir. I just want you guys to know that, first of all, being a supplier, you know what I'm saying, a developer, and a producer of your own brand is grand. Especially when we know that the culture, that all evaluation is from our culture.
Right.
We raise all evaluations no matter what it is. It don't have to be food and beverage. It can be any category. Our culture raises the evaluation of everything. Just always know that.
100%.
It's good to be producers. You understand me? And co-packers. You understand me?
Right. But you know that puts us in a different space, right? Because I believe also in the entertainment industry, it tricks you into selling celebrity. We have to sell product. And it's also important to start selling product while you're hot, cook while the stove is on.
Definitely.
Right? And so it's important to understand that Part of the tornado, yeah, it's yours, baby. Part of the tornado is to make sure you focus on only selling celebrity and showing up to get bags, right? They don't teach you about plant a seed.
Yeah.
Give it some time. I don't even need the money right now.
Yeah.
These folks giving me 300. I can turn down, I can lower my number a little bit and make up any difference. You understand? Just in the market, understanding how to utilize your brand. We have to do that, bro.
So you know what you said is so important because you when they hot and they think they big stars and you like, man, look, I'm telling you, you need to do this right now. Oh no, I don't need to do that. I'm gonna just focus on. And so having multiple revenue streams is so important. Because they only teach us we only need one thing. Just be good at one thing. That gonna get you in the gutter. You know, a lot of people make it and end up right back where they came from because they have that type of mindset. We have to change that mindset because I'm gonna tell y'all what helped me back in the days, right? I'm super high. I got all this money, and you know the bank comes to me, hey, I want to give you a $5 million credit line. I said, okay. I don't know, I don't need it, but I'm saying, okay, cool. I never thought, like Rome said, credit is so important. Think about it, that's more important than the money that you have.
Everything.
And so, to me, that's how I look at these artists. They don't realize getting on these other sources of revenue is just going to help them. Think about all the artists that are big right now. You look at the Rihannas, the Beyonce, they made more, even George Foreman, he made more money from the grill than he made from boxing. So, but we don't think that. We just think, oh no, this is what I'm good at. No, what you good at, to me, you get in that space, you take advantage of that space, and then you open up them other revenue streams, and that's how you survive. That's how we've been here for so long, right? Like if people don't realize, my bad day is better than 98% of the world. Let's be honest with you. On a bad day, say, man, your bad day is better than 98% of the world. That's because I'm thinking outside the box. And knowing that when I'm hot, like even when James, when you came to me, we was at Universal, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm the hottest thing in the world. Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody else started, man, I ain't messing with that. I even have people in my family, I ain't messing with that. I'm like, no, man, remember James, I said, let's go do this. So take advantage of these opportunities. Opportunities are not gonna keep coming. Right. And when you cool off, think about it, if you look at it right now, some of the hottest people in the world, you look 10 years from now, you like, what happened to them? What happened to them, if you look at those other cultures, look at the Olsen twins, they got into all this stuff from toys to books and all these type of things. We got to teach that to our people when they get hot.
That's a fact. And I you know, speaking of that again, man, I believe this is so important for us to build on because it's important for us to understand what we can really do in the market. We have no understanding of that. And examples of that is for people to have these bags. And I don't really understand why we can't promote it more. Do you have any ideas on how we can integrate rap snacks into some of the current people?
So let me tell y'all.
Don't we have Nicki Minaj on rap snacks?
She's been doing good.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so look, you know, that's a good question. But, you know, what happens is that we've mastered promoting artist image, right? So, you know, I remember when I took Meek over to Pullman, right? And they were complaining that Meek's not promoting the product. James, what are we doing? I said, look, that's bullshit. Let's put his picture everywhere in every store you got. When they come in, they gonna see it. Right. Right? And I said, you know, everybody, you know, we're visual people, number one. So from a marketing standpoint, you start at the visual part, right? And the visual really clicks something in your head, like, oh man, I know Meek had a Puma sneaker. Yes. I didn't know Meek was associated with Puma, right? So, you know, we've mastered here at Rap Snacks is that we love the promotion of it because, again, that's only promote your brand. Yeah. You know, the more you promote, the more you're gonna make.
Right, and you know, as a youngster, man, it was nothing to see another chip in the store, right? That was nothing, but the connection wasn't there. And this is what Rap Snack has.
Rap Snacks has a mental,
so unique.
It's an emotional connection that drives people.
100%.
So, but what I want to tell you, when you said about the artist bag, this is what I think, right? I think everybody don't get it right off front. But people might not think it's cool to go, let me promote this a bag of chips. No, this is a product. And so at the same time, I think people get it, but at the end, it might be too late. But the ones that do get it is gonna do it, and they're gonna benefit from it. So I just think that's the part that we got. Like me and James know the ones that do promote the bags, we love that because they see the big picture. Everybody don't see the big picture. Like this is really a blessing to keep your career going.
I wonder what feels funny about promoting something.
Yeah,
I see you posting all the time.
What did you say?
What is corny or not cool about promoting? Like that's me on
understand. I love money. I love me, but I love money too.
Yes,
I want to tell you, I want to do a commercial of mine. So I want to do a commercial.
See, and and guess what? I got the entire game, all the rappers, and I got it. And that's what my job is, to have this conversation.
Let me say something. Man, listen, man, you got to take advantage of your opportunities right here, man, because I know some cats, man, that was hired, and they really, like, it's like 25 years that went by, they wake up and like, man, back then, I didn't know what distribution was, I didn't know what this was, I didn't know what a distribution deal, I didn't know nothing, like, they didn't know nothing. It's like, what was you doing? They were smoking turtle. I rock with weed, I rock with CBD, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, most people, a lot of people watch, what's the song by Talking Heads? Watching the days go by. You know, they watching the day, they play video games and watch the days go by. So here come 30 years. Now you're looking back like, damn, man, I didn't even know what sound exchange was. I didn't know that. So now it's like, now you look back, and all the opportunities were there, but you was hot, like you were saying earlier. You was hot.
Yeah, that tornado.
Yeah, it's hot, that tornado, and you was like, man, that's small for me. Not knowing in the long, not looking at the long run. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the future.
Yeah, let's jump into, we've had, 150, 200 different artists on Rap Snack.
Yes.
And over the years. And just look at the rest of that and look at who's around and who's relevant. You more relevant than some of the artists that was back in the day.
Right.
That nobody's thinking.
Right.
Right? And again, it's all about information. They don't, a lot of times they don't have the information because they come in a lot of times with people they know, the trust is another thing too. Because like Bags will probably tell you, somebody give you information, Bags look and she's like, I don't know about that.
Got a bid.
They're not gonna take to everything and everybody, right? But it's having the right, and as Rome said, having the right team around you that can educate you, and stop you from going through the pit.
Man, stop listening to the yes men. That's what you gotta stop. Think about it. Yeah. We learned the game from the real OGs, and we got. I started with E40 on St. Charles. Think about it. I've been there something. I stayed in the house. I go in the house with Uncle Tellers.
Definitely.
We made bread. Uncle knew what to do. I said, man, everybody, man, that old dude don't know. Man, I'm sitting on what I need to do. Yeah, what I'm gonna sit on the corner and learn something from a fool when I got a Jeep right here making money, going bringing this stuff to distributors.
That made records in the 70s.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
But we listen to the wrong people. So think about it. Now, when we really start taking that bite, when we talk about educate, you really have to learn and want to learn from other people's mistakes, learn from other people. Because I tell people all the time, you don't learn from wins, you learn from losses.
Yes.
And so everything that I lost, I learned from it to better myself because I'm not looking at what's going on right now. I'm looking at maybe 10 years from now, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to disrupt this world.
Right.
We've been doing it, but think about it. We keep listening. Young people that's hot, you got the wrong people around you instead of saying, let me look at my future, because you're only looking at what's happening right now.
Or it could not be that, right? Because see, my job also is to try to understand their fight too, right? Where they come from. So we also come from financial trauma. We ain't had nothing, people. I'm talking about nothing now.
We ain't had nothing.
Right. But look, nah, I'm talking about us. When I say us, I don't separate.
No executive producers know nothing. Nobody investing money in me and P.
Yeah, let me explain this though, right?
But let's stop making excuses for them.
This ain't excuse you. Let me finish. Right?
It's the panel.
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk about.
Right. We come from nothing, right?
Yes. Yes.
So what happens, in my opinion, when I watch a Bag or Baby or one of my guys that can do whatever with their brain, they one of them guys, I say, damn, but it get hard on them because ain't nothing ever worked for them, and this is working. See, you over there telling me that might be gold. This is gold. I'm digging in this rap and it's gold. You telling me it might,
He did it though.
but I got vision, so I see it. But these guys,
How long is it gonna last?
I know that.
Okay.
That's my job to explain because they in the
Let me tell you
tornado.
the problem, right?
Smart enough to know that by
The thing
now.
about
I
it
don't
though,
think so. They in that
These rappers are
tornado.
smarter than what
Okay.
you think.
It's
They listen
50
to these kind of panels and shit.
Listen to this.
50 people
Listen
left.
to this. What about the guys on lazy bags? They doing everything for it.
But age is
You ain't gotta have these conversations.
That's true.
Think about it. Why you believe in what they make and you ain't believe in what we make?
It's a different agreement, right?
Let me hop in because I have a very interesting perspective on this, and I kind of compare it to the sports world, right? You got athletes, and every athlete isn't LeBron James. Some athletes is maybe a superstar, but they're more Devin Booker. Then you may have the player who's the sixth man. So what I've learned and what I've seen is, you know, in order for there to be true growth and change in this, like true growth, it's not going to be, this is how I got it, this is where it's going. Those corporations, they have a team. Pops, when you went to the league, what happened? Your first day there, they're introducing you to the rules. They're introducing you to the game. And hip-hop don't have that.
Exactly.
You know, it's like a slave mentality for hip-hop where they throw us out there, they make money, but we're not educated. And these other platforms, when you go into that institution, they're educating you on what we expect.
But a lot of them
All you gotta do is be a student of the game.
Right.
That's it.
But here's
All
the
you gotta
thing.
do is watch.
I asked myself, what will it take me to hit bag up and say, yo, Friday night, don't go get that 200K. Come over here, holler at me. We doing a, hold on.
We're not gonna say that.
We doing a
Go
rap
get that
snack.
200,000 wow.
But then now, listen, but we doing a rap snack thing on the
Use the
same
NBA,
night.
they're gonna make you get to where you gotta go.
Right, and that's, but we talking for our people, because they can't help us. We need help with what we do. So I'm saying, when I call back, somebody need to respond to that. When I call back and tell him, don't go pick the 200 up, he has to understand the importance in doing this with Rap Snacks on his own. This is information. This ain't nothing you can tell him. He has to be, we have to conversate in this kind of manner so he can understand, damn, that do make sense. Yeah, I'm in Houston. Let me pull up to the store down there that's doing the best for me. James said they sent me $400,000 last year, just that store. Let me push up on them when I'm in Houston. Right? He has to understand the importance of that. And so the league, go ahead.
That's why I say the education is so important and who you get it from. Because all of us, we take this advice from people. Like, a lot of us are incarcerated right now. I got people in my family on my team that do the same thing I do. But they decided to take, I'm like, wait up, you gonna take that risk? And now you're making 3 cents a day when you was making millions? Man. So think about it. So now so even with Bag, this is what I want to tell you as a young brother in this game now. Take advantage of every opportunity, but also look at 3-4 steps ahead of what's going on. So right now you're hot, but tomorrow somebody else getting hot, somebody else growing. So now you got to take the position, how do I turn into a boss? And that's what I love about what he's here. Y'all give him a round of applause because he's here with us. Think about with us, even with me and James, and everything that we do, right? Everything might not go overnight, but it's a bigger plan to what we have going on. And so if you take that mindset, you got to change your mindset. Because that's what I did. I had to say, let me take some losses to be able to get to where I'm going at. But what the evaluation got to be, what's going to be the bigger picture, the bigger outcome, and that's what we. That's why I said that this is so much about being educated and listening to the right people. You got to listen. So you wanna get in the food industry and you want to go deal with somebody that's selling shoes. It's not gonna work. Right. Think about it. You want to get in the food. The reason why I mess with James, he's an expert at what he does. 100%. I want to deal with experts. I'm an expert at what I do. Marketing, all the stuff I do, I'm an expert. I want other experts, and we got to push each other. But now we got to push them through wisdom. Because think about it. We all think in the money. That's why it's important that you come here and see this, because you don't know what we're gonna make down the line. You don't know when it's going at, but if you have that vision, you're willing to take a chance and say, I want to take a chance for my future. Right. And that's what Rap Snacks is about. We're about the future. The Lays is already hit to where they're gonna be at. Yes. We got growth in this company. We got growth in this business. And so a lot of people don't understand that. That's why they not willing. Right. I ain't about to spend my time with y'all, big dog, because
and listen, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, but also too, to Pete's point, I want Merlin to jump in because I met Merlin when she gave me Meek Mill's first
deal. It was a Ciroc deal.
Shout out.
And shout out to Maryland. And me and Maryland used to argue all the time. And the reason why we used to argue all the time because, again, I had to get Meek to do the things that she wanted me to do, right? But she can talk to you guys about artists and really the mentality of being able to have them understand what the commitment is when they endorse a brand.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Marilyn.
Tell them right now too.
Oh, okay. Let me try to put this in 3 minutes. I actually got my start under the most prolific, respected Black entertainer, Sean Combs. I worked under him for 20 years, so we used to be called second generation. I am not a rapper, as you can tell. I'm more of a behind-the-scenes magic maker, people like to call me. So once after 20 years, I decided, I got the bug for entrepreneur from Puff, and I decided to go out on my own. Puff was actually my first client, and James was my second with Rap Snacks. So I was able to help Rap Snacks in its initial years by just doing the marketing and promotion throughout the U.S. with my other clients, and I would have Rap Snacks everywhere, literally, in Puff's mansions, at the NYE New Year's Eve parties, his birthday parties. I would have Rap Snacks in the kitchen, on the tables, with bottles. I launched my own agency, and then James and I got into business and co-founded Wifey Wines, and that's what we've been doing. But at Ciroc, literally, people would be like, "Are you like a new record label?" Because I literally had all the rappers, Future, me, French, Ross. I don't know if you guys remember this time in like hip hop where you would see French, Rick Ross, me, Fab, Future, all together all the time. That was me throwing dinners and creating this relevancy and currency in the culture. And then that's when I realized I wanted to do entertainment, the official name for all of this stuff you see with the rappers collaborating with consumers. It's called branded entertainment or entertainment marketing. I went out on my own and started doing that officially for different brands, and now I do it for Wifey. But artists are notoriously sometimes big brands come and they want to do deals with artists, but artists have their own narrative, and those brands do not have teams that can speak to that rapper and kind of understand how that rapper's living day in and day out. So I was that person to the point where some of like Rick Ross's people brands were coming to me like, "Can you help us with Rick Ross? Can you help us with this person?" So you gotta live and breathe their life. So I mean, I would be up at 9 a.m. in the office doing my other job for Puff, and then at 6 o'clock I would change over and go into the studios. I'm out with rappers at night, just trying to understand where can we integrate brands into your life without disrupting whatever you are doing. That's the easiest and authentic way. Like, you never want to feel like you're forcing a brand on people. Right. So that was the easier way to get those things done. And so that's how me and James got together and started working together.
Now she represents LeBron James and the Lobos brand.
Lobos 1707.
Shout out. Big move.
You might, so Bag, even to that point, I think sometimes the timing is gotta be right. Because even when Meek Mills, see what Meek Mills is doing now, he wasn't, me and James was managing him. And I walked away because I'm like, Meek just don't get it at the time. Remember James? He didn't get this. He get it now, but when he first wanted to sign with Ross, I'm like, Meek, you on your way. You know, if you get this stuff now, if you really listen, because I like what you said. And if he would have listened to us then you got to go through all these trials and tribulations, and then you get older, and now Meek is an entrepreneur. But at first, I walked away. I told James, you could manage him by yourself, I'm gone. Because he just didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? Moneybag at the time, and he wasn't here. He was like, nah, man, I want to do this way. I'm like, no, bro, I done did this. Me and E. Porter, we done walked through all these doors. We know what the outcome gonna be. If you really listen, you could go to another level. And not, but you know what? It also you're gonna have to go through something. To be honest, even as artists, if you don't get it at first, which it was a blessing that he went through some things and now he get it. But imagine if y'all could get it off top.
Right, and that's what we gotta teach them.
That's
though.
what we
That's
got.
these conversations,
Yeah.
bro. Listen, I'm telling you,
Well,
bridging these.
but look, I mean,
They
you
gotta
know,
be
I understand what people
ambitious
say,
though,
but
man.
I think everybody sometimes have their own different path. Right?
Yeah.
And it worked out well for me. Did it work out well for me?
Yes, sir. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, everybody has their own path. But everybody's going to
Well, you
take their
gotta go,
time
I
to get
feel
to
like
it.
you gotta go through something. Think about it, if you don't go through something, you might not get to that journey that God has you on.
You gotta get the information. If that means going through something, then
But I
okay.
ain't gonna lie to y'all, I wish that I had people that have been through, I ain't have
Right.
to keep knocking my head.
Yes.
I'm just like,
And
I
that's
just
why
wish
we're
I
here.
had that.
And Bob, not to cut you off, but I want to challenge the future. You know, that kid out there who really want to make a difference. And I'm telling y'all, I only use the NBA as an analogy, right? Because we need some type of association. It should be young entertainers, young rappers, young musicians in buildings like this, in rooms like this, because that's the only way to learn. You have that when you go to these other big institutions,
Right.
you know, and we don't have that for our community. So all I'm saying is we need an NRA, you know, a National Rap Association, where we could have meetings like this and those kids
It's
could come
coming.
learn.
It's coming together. I'm telling you, I'm starting to bridge them together. I
Feel
need
free
help.
to take that idea, you know.
I need help, though, P. I need help, bag. I need help, man.
So look, let me tell y'all something, right? Tell y'all something, right? All that sound good, but the most important thing that I learned in business and life, you have to show up. We could give them an opportunity, but they have to show up. Y'all know,
But
like all
Pops, it's
the
a
things-
billion-dollar business, right?
It is.
Just like the NBA,
You
just
gotta
like
give
the
them a reason to
MLB.
show up.
Yes.
But it's like, it's a business, and our people, we're left out. Everybody's not gonna be 40. Everybody's not gonna be you. You have to have a certain mindset to want to be the owner, right? And it's okay, just even if you look at the world, right? You got the queen bee, then you got the worker bees. Everybody's not gonna be James Lindsay. You gotta have the people who are willing to put in the work, who believe in your purpose, just like in the Bible. Everything to be successful is in there. Jesus had 12 apostles. He didn't do it himself. So you gotta have that leader, and you gotta have that place to where do we meet up? Where do we gather this information? That's what we gotta try to be better at in this next generation.
Let's have this conversation before we wrap up. And you guys, go ahead, Jay. What's up?
No, go ahead.
All right, I wanted to speak about even, because I heard you speak on the Lays thing, and I think it's important to identify some of those differences, because we see a trend in how to treat the big brands, and then how they treat the brands that could impact their life much more, right? And so it's important we start to bridge those gaps. I want to talk about the approach of the deal from a Lays and from a Rap Snacks. Those are two different approaches, right?
Yeah, I can answer that. So, you know, again, it's the lack of information, number one. Right. They're not going to make the money they make with us.
And I want to highlight that.
That's
Yes.
first and foremost. Right, Ben?
So look, think about it. You're not gonna go to them and get a 50-50 deal.
And that's the difference approach. They're going to try to hit you with an upfront, tricking you into selling celebrity.
So why
He's
you don't-
helping you sell
It's an upfront
product.
contract.
Yeah.
Right. He's helping you sell product.
Yeah.
They're keeping you in that tornado of selling celebrity.
Well, but like you said, right, we gotta be willing to have these conversations, but we gotta be willing to learn. We can't just talk. So, you know, a lot of people talk, I'm just telling y'all, and a lot of people watch, but they don't listen. The word listen is so important, because you have to be able to say, for me, I think the reason me and E party up here, because we was able to learn from other people's mistakes. We're not making excuses. We like, you know what? If they don't get it, we about to get it. We tired of, you know, paying for this and paying for that and not getting nothing back out of it, or selling our souls to something to where we can't benefit our family. Our families can't benefit from it because we don't know nothing about it. We don't know where it come from. And we start learning this like, man, everything they can do, we can do it. And matter of fact, it's a black man that created potato chips. Go look at it. Go look it up. It's a black man that created potato chips, but he didn't trademark it. He didn't show.
It's like all other stuff.
That's what I'm saying. And then they take it away from him.
Exactly.
And so not saying that it should be a thing against us, against them. I just saying that it's no diversity on these shit.
And also credit is important, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I want these Lays and all these. James is helping us, our community, our culture, understand credit is important. Credit for what you've done, credit for your brand, credit for your position, credit for your market share, credit for it's important.
What if I told you this though? You tell the truth about that credit. You know what I'm saying? I had a fat burger back in 2003. You know what I'm saying? Me and my man Chester McLaughlin, I put 500,000 of my own Skrilla in it, right?
Man.
You know, the recession hit like 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. We had to let it go. I had a Wingstop on deck like a sailor. Already, the lease was signed. It was a 5-year lease, the whole move on. I had to get about the lease. I had to pay some I shouldn't have to pay to get about the lease because I tried to go and say, you know, I'm gonna do this like my neighbor and them would be doing it, you know, because I stay in the suburbs, you know what I mean? Even though I'm from the urban community, yeah, but I made a better way for myself, so I stay in the suburbs, right? Yeah. So anyway, I said, let me try to use my credit. I had good credit. They wouldn't give it to me. It was during the recession. So I had to let that go. I'm just saying, but nowadays, right now, you gotta take advantage of your credit, period. That's how the rich stay rich, man. You understand what I'm saying? They want people money, you understand me? And if you ever have a setback, always know that minor setback is something for a major comeback, you understand? There's always, it's gonna be, even if you get a bump in the road, that's just a small bump in a long road. So just always know to have give back skills. You gotta shake back, man. You understand me? You gotta stay money motivated, you understand me? And dollar devoted. Hello.
I wanted to say
James,
one
could
more
I just say something real quick? Because E40 hit a great point. And that's why conferences like this is so important, because you could have the best credit, but a lot of young black people don't know it's a financial gap. You know, being a black business owner is different from just being a business owner. And that's why we have to build, and that's why it's so important to support companies like Rap Snacks, because we got to close that wealth gap.
I was going to say, James, coming off you guys' points, our biggest headwinds is opportunity with capital, education, and not just like, I read up on it, but actually somebody mentoring you, somebody putting you in experience and teaching you how to operate within that industry or sell that product. I think a lot of times, what I'm seeing now though, I'm from like music industry when we were outside with street teams, pushing set teams when Big was alive. So the industry has changed tremendously. But what I am seeing now is most rappers now care about cap tables. They care about, you know, what's the valuation of this company? They're learning about those things and trying to improve themselves. So I think it's coming. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I want to say this, you know, big up to Frito-Lay #1, because we don't look at Frito-Lay as our enemy. We look at them as somebody that set the bar, right? So without them, we wouldn't have the opportunity to go, you know, out there and chase them, you know, and really do what we're doing. So big up to Frito-Lay. We're not even going.
Yes, shout out to Frito-Lay. And also, if Frito-Lay ever sees this, right? Too, that, you know, we just utilize them as a roadmap, you know, the same way. And then we have to understand that everybody we look up to, Jay-Z, Diddy, all these guys that made all this money, nobody did it off rap or celebrity. It's all off product. So it's important to understand, put something in your hand, man. I'm telling you, it won't work no other way. I don't care how hot you get, I don't care how shiny your diamonds is, it don't work no other way. You have to attach that brand when it's piping hot, preferably to Rap Snacks, right? And put yourself in a position, and look at all these people. This is cities you're looking at. These are stores you're looking at. This is power. In this building, bro, listen, product, creating product, all this talk, it means nothing. This is the planning and the execution of it. All these people right here. So round of applause to all of y'all. In closing, anybody got, I'm
gonna close it. I want to tell y'all, everything that we do is like the preacher going through these 3 doors. You got the regular door that you gotta use your ability to open it and get through it, right? Then you got the revolving door, where you gotta wait for that door to go around and then walk in and think about it. And then you got the automatic door, where you just gotta show up. And that's what I love about everybody that's here today that showed up, because we're gonna make a difference and make a change and keep growing, educate our culture. And it start with a conversation, but also we gotta have a plan and a purpose. And so what I love about Rap Snacks disrupting the world, and I just want to thank everybody out there that support the stores, the distribution places, the truckers, everybody that has an opportunity everybody eating off of this because this is a brand that is growing and got a lot of growth. When we talk about Frito-Lays, we look at that's why people should want to be a part of this. It's like what you do when you want to flip a house. You go buy a house that don't, and you put something on it, you got to fix it up. We are growing. There's a lot of growth in this, so continue riding with us. We're gonna keep growing and we're gonna keep educating. So this is only the beginning.
And also, first and foremost, Rap Snacks, we're a family.
Yes.
Everybody on this stage is family, right? Everybody in the audience.
Yeah.
We don't say I, we say we. All right? So let's clap to this and thank everybody for coming. We gotta have more discussions like this. So when I say rap, you say rap.
Oh, 2023.
Please note that lunch will be served now. Lunch is served now. Thank you. And we're going to take some. Yes.